This is one of the features that I really like about this Wolf Ridge log splitter is the tongue comes out. So with the tongue out, if the tongue was on it, I wouldn't be able to shut this garage door, and I'd have to rearrange everything. But because the tongue comes out, I'm able to park it right here, not move anything. The reason the tongue comes out is because you can put it in the back and tow it backwards also. So you can tow it and split and have your wood falling off the shelf here and just make a line, which I'm going to probably do some of that. But yeah, that's one feature I really like about this splitter is that the tongue comes out. So that's nice. So here's my pile that I'm going to split today. Shouldn't take very long with the new splitter. There's about 4 trees in here. Nothing too large. That one oak tree is a good size. But this splitter should rip through this in no time. What's up, everyone? So finally got the new log splitter, commercial grade log splitter home from Wolfe Ridge Manufacturing. This is the PRO28C, so it's a 28-ton log splitter. Right now I got both wedges on there. There's a 4-way and a 6-way. I went out to the Paul Bunyan show over the weekend, met Outdoor with the Morgans, and this is the type of splitter they have, and they showed on their channel. But pretty excited to use this thing. It has all the bells and whistles that you should need. And it was a fairly reasonable price compared to all the other ones that I looked at. There's some bigger than this and there's some smaller. This is about right in the middle. I have every option on this splitter except for I didn't get the oversized, I forget what they call it, but there's an oversized actuator. It comes with a bigger push plate, a bigger cylinder, and it has a relief valve so it cycles a little faster. This splitter I haven't used yet, so I'm still kind of learning it, but I did get the auto cycle feature on this. It was a $500 option. It has a log lift that they advertise 450 pounds, but it'll lift more. And then there's an actuator here that moves your wedge up and down to line up with the size logs you're splitting, the rounds. And then if it's a small round, you can lift it all the way up out of the way and just use the standard splitter. It's got the table on the end. The tongue has a couple different positions for towing, and you can actually remove this tongue, which I showed in the garage how I took it out for stowage, and I like that feature. But you can also put the tongue in the back. There's a foot in the back, so if you're splitting, you can put that foot down, and you have the jack in the front for stabilization because it's a little back heavy. But the splitter weighs around 1,500 pounds. But the tongue you can put in the back, which I'm going to do probably right now, and you can put the tongue in the back and tow it with like your side by side, and just let the wood push off the table and just keep driving it back. And basically like how you've seen silage bales and things put in a row and how they just run it straight, you can run a straight row of logs off the table as you're towing the cart back as you need to, and you would just end up with a row of logs. So I might do that until I get my shed built and everything here to keep the weather off of this unit. This unit I got a little bit of a sale price because I got it at the Paul Bunyan show in Cambridge, Ohio. So this unit cost me $7,500. There was no freight though. He brought it from, I believe they're in Wisconsin. Don't quote me on that, but they brought it to the show with them on the trailer. So I went and picked it up. It was about a 2-hour drive from where I'm at, and it was cool to see the show. I've never been to a show like that. Anywhere from, they had everything from chainsaw demonstrations to all different types of chainsaws to all kinds of splitters, different manufacturers, to big logging equipment, and mulch manufacturing companies were there. I have a video that I haven't made yet that will show the show also, and we met outdoors with the Morgans at the Wolfe Ridge booth. Chris, the owner of Wolfe Ridge, very nice guy, very nice dealing with him, and his associates that were there at the show. They were all very, very helpful and friendly. So overall, it's been a very good experience. This has the Honda 390 motor on it, which that was one thing that I wanted no matter what log splitter I went with. I wanted to make sure it had a Honda motor. I think those small Honda engines are where it's at. I think they run forever. So yeah, I'm gonna get set up to use this thing, and I'm gonna split that pile, which shouldn't take too long. And there's no shortage of trees or wood here on our property. We have 156 acres, about 25 of it's field that we just picked up that I'm gonna farm in the future. Right now they're logging the new portion of woods that we got, and they're making a mess, but there's a lot of treetops and a lot of wood that I'm gonna be able to salvage out of there. That was part of the reason for getting this. And with the Ranger side by side, towing it, it's a good combination. I mean, I'm not sure what the towing mile per hour, what they limit the towing with on this unit, but I would have to look at the instructions and let you guys know. They have a model that has an actual trailer axle with fenders, which is better for if you're going to tow it behind your pickup truck at normal speed. But yeah. The other cool thing about Wolfe Ridge is you can, it doesn't really matter to most people, but you can pick your color of your unit. So they had a few options to choose from. I did not go with the John Deere color, even though they had John Deere green. I didn't do it, but I thought white would be pretty cool, and I think it is pretty cool looking. And one of the things out of that show, there was probably 20 different log splitting manufacturers there with wood processors and commercial grade splitters, and I didn't see, this was the only white unit that I saw at the show. So I mean, I thought it was cool that I had the only white log splitter there. Most people could care less, but to me that was cool that it was unique that the only white one at the show was mine. And there was a lot of people looking at it because it was at the booth until I picked it up the middle to the end of the second day, and I had the only white one there, so that was cool. I think it looks neat. Outdoors with the Morgans gave me their sticker, which I put on here, and it says split happens. So I'm gonna put a bunch of stickers down the beam of my splitter, I do believe. Alright, so if you guys have any questions for me, I can try to answer them the best I can, or you can get in touch with Chris at Wolfe Ridge and ask him. But it seems like they're going to be a good company to work for. There was a few people at the show that talked to me when I was picking this up that did not work for the company, that told me that I was going to love this splitter. There was a bunch of guys there that had them in the area. And then of course Outdoors with the Morgans on their channel, they use it, and they go on and on about how great it is. So I'm looking forward to using it. So I'm gonna get set up now, and let's do some splitting. Alright, so the one thing I noticed is I have the front jack cranked all the way down to allow the back to come all the way up, and my hitch is too high, so I have more hitches at the house. I'm gonna put a drop down hitch in there with the 2-inch ball, and then it'll be low enough. So, but I'm just gonna split right now because I want to try it out. So I got some logs on the lift. When that was hooked up though, you could split off the back and let it fall in a big pile, and then just keep moving forward, and leave you a trail of split wood, tarp it or whatever. Alright, I'm gonna get this thing started, and I gotta set the wedges up. Here's a look at the 6-way wedge. It's made from AR400 steel. One of the improvements that they found out through trial and error is using a flush pin like this. I guess initially they had a long pin and wood was bending it, so they went to this flush pin, and it's working much better. So you just slide it down over and then pin it in the actuator. So I'm not sure where the best place to stand and operate. I'm pretty sure stand on this side, and you'll have to walk around to load the log lift. It's just the way it is. As I stated, mine has an auto cycle, so one valve is out, one valve is back. If you hit them both, it'll run out and back. Everything with a splitting axe before this, so that would take me 10 minutes to get that much wood, if not more. We might be out of gas. All right, So that was about 5 minutes of splitting right there. Not bad. Let me check the gas. Alright, so this was about, I don't know, 20-25 minutes of splitting. I've got at least a face cord here, if not a little bit more. And that splitter is awesome. I mean, it went through this wood like butter. No struggle. I got bigger rounds. I split one bigger round at the end. I have some big oak in there too that I got to split. But I love it. I think it's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and try something that isn't advised. It's not set up to do it. I'm going to put the 4-way on the actuator and then put the 6-way on top of it and see if it'll split 8 pieces. As I said, this is not advised. It's not set up to do this. The 6-way on top is not pinned to the actuator, but I'm gonna push this log through and see how it goes. They're in the process of designing an 8-way splitter right now, or a wedge for them. As you can see, it split no problem, but there's nothing keeping that 6-way on the wedge. So it split it though, no problem. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and there'll be a lot more videos with the splitter. Wolfe, check them out.